think what stands out to me with Morris is his interest in students.
This is a man who dedicated his life, to this selfless service to the university and the student body.
He was the most loving and compassionate and sincere person.
He was a multifaceted, in some ways, Renaissance person.
He was someone who listened first and spoke later.
My name is Barry Mason. I am a retired dean at the University of Alabama College of Business. Early in my career, I was in the Department of Marketing, in which I had the opportunity to work very closely with Morris Mayer. The common thread through all that he did was a commitment to students. He also had a good corporate business mind. He was a very successful retail executive, and from there he was enticed back to the University of Alabama. He quickly became beloved by everyone who knew him, students of all generations. And even today, there will be people who want to talk about the influence of Morris on their lives.
My name is Joseph Reese. I'm a 1994 graduate from the University of Alabama and was honored to be the first student recipient of the Morris Mayer Award. To me, when I think about Dr. Mayer, he had many, many great characteristics, but the one that really stands out to me was just his ability to listen. In all his relationships, it was always, you'd go up to him, say, "Hey, Dr. Mayer, how's it going? Tell me what's going on in your life."
My name is Greg Foster. I was the second Mayer Award recipient back in 1995. This was a gentleman that, you learned a lot, both, from the marketing perspective, the professional side, but also from, the humanity side. But he's also a very action-oriented person. I mean, he wanted to make it happen. And if you had an idea or you wanted to do something, and especially if it's, community-driven, he wanted to help you make that happen.
I'm Susan Mayer Sass. I am Morris Mayer's older daughter, and I have served on the Mayer Award Board for the last 15-20 years.
One of the things that was a constant in the classes that Daddy taught was this concept of civic rent. Civic rent is something that he taught all of his students, but beyond that, he taught all of us who knew and loved him that we have an obligation to give back to our community.
Civic rent is being engaged in a community beyond normal expectations, in recognizing the richness of their life by being part of a community.
How can I help the community? How can I do this that's beneficial to the university or other students? And so in those things, when you give like that, and that's what he always showed me, is when you give like that, I mean, it helps you because you feel good and that you've participated that way.
We all get to where we are, not on our own 2 feet, but with the help of others. It's important to be a role model and mentor to others. And I think that's really what Dr. Mayer did his entire life and what he preached to us in terms of paying your civic rent.
My name is Ron Dulick. I'm the John R. Miller Professor of Management in Culverhouse College of Business. Engravement on the university's cornerstone is teaching, research, and service. We amply pick up and stress the research. Because of the Mayer Award, we're able to stress the teaching and the service too.
My name is Kathleen Kramer. I've been a friend of Morris Mayer since I was an undergraduate at the University of Alabama, and I'm retired from the area of student life at the university. Morris was a professor of CNBA, highly revered for his strength in academics, but primarily for his love for students. We spent many, many months trying to find the right language to describe Morris, and we came up with selfless service because that's really what he believed in. He believed in paying your civic rent. He believed in faculty responsibilities towards citizenship and serving their academy and not just publishing. And he was very engaged with not only student leaders, but each and every student he met.
The Morris Mayer Award was established to recognize a faculty member and a member of the graduating class each year who had exemplified the lessons, the principles, the foundations of those things that were important to Daddy.
The award was to symbolize the things for which he stood. above all else, service to others.
My name is Pam Parker. I'm retired Vice President for Advancement at the University of Alabama. If you get that award, you become part of the Mayer family, as we call it, which is very intergenerational, and you learn about Morris and you meet Morris's children, you meet the rest of us that loved and knew Morris, but those winners and those recipients will carry Morris's legacy forward.
Getting this award, I felt like I was part of the Mayer family. I mean, so not only just the Mayer family, Dr. Mayer, Judy, his daughters, but also, all these former recipients and both past and future.
This award reflects the importance of a solid character and always being true to one's beliefs in such a way as to teach by example. And he was especially drawn to students who had those attributes. And so those are the things to me that reflect his priorities and the award's priorities.
Dr. Mayer wants you to think more broadly in terms of what needs are out there in your local community and not lose sight of the fact that there are needs there and you are equipped to help out.
Morris gave of himself in everything he did, and the recipients that I have seen are also people that are givers. We have a lot of takers in the world, so it's nice to recognize the givers and the people that are going to make this a better place to live.
What would Morris say to me?
He would say, "Oh man, you did good, but every minute is precious. Don't stop."
You just got to keep doing this. You never achieve that goal because, again, there are always needs out there.
He'd say, keep it up. He'd say, keep trying, keep trying.
But if I could ask Daddy anything today, what I'd want to know is, am I getting it right?
What do you think he'd say?
And I think he'd tell me, you're getting pretty close, I love you.